Hello, my loves. Welcome back to our podcast. We are the Babbling Sisters. I'm Nelly.
Amris?
And I'm Steph.
And today we have two guests, which I might regret, considering the notes that they have both taken. First, we have Mr. Bush. Would you like to say hi to our friends? Can you tell them about yourself?
He's gonna take out his notebook.
I already took my notebook out. So, Mr. Bush, go by DC. Been friends with at least 2 out of the 3 ladies for at least, 20 years? Has it been that long? Yeah, might as well say it's 20 years. We rounded up.
Yeah, close to that.
I'm sorry.
Clearly, I'm one of them.
It is.
Always rest. She's sorry for herself, not me.
You.
No, I think she was
He
definitely
chose
sorry
to
for
be
you.
friends with me. Okay, let's keep on with the introductions. Okay, let's not start a fight early on. Anyway, thanks, Rick. The next guest we have is JayMelodyz. How did you do?
And good morning, good evening, ladies. Yes, I am JayMelodyz. I have known Nelly, crap, how long? Yeah, a long time. Let's just say that. But yeah,
8
basically
years.
my
8
years.
years.
It was kind of longer second mom, but yes.
I'm like the sister mom. Yeah.
Yeah, that's about accurate. Sister, mom, godparent, advisor, boss. Shall we continue? Financial advisor.
Crazy
spiritual-
friend.
She bossy, all right.
Oh yeah, fast. She really is bossy.
Whoa,
Oh.
whoa.
But
Whoa,
the number
is
one.
that in your notes?
It can be in 2
Yeah,
seconds. Hold on.
it's over here.
This wasn't a Campanelli. Good. All right. Yeah. So just to get a little into it, I think I've known DC since I was like what, 23, maybe. So it's been a long time. I didn't tell y'all my age, but you know, I'm like 25.
That would make you 43 if you know.
I'm not 43. He said he rounded it up 20 years, okay? He rounded it up. He's bad at math. Leave him alone. Don't be disrespectful. He's from the Midwest. It happens, okay?
Wow.
Do quadratic equations in my head, but thank you.
This has gone way off topic.
It's supposed to be about dating. We're not doing well.
We're doing a great job. We're going to move right into dating. I'm really happy you guys decided to join the podcast. And as you know, we talked about dating and all different forms of dating last week, including online dating and dating apps. Actually, I don't think we touched on online dating, just dating apps, which is different in itself. But anyway, we touched base on how things are going with Rissa and her dating. You got a phone call? You
I'm sorry.
Is that a date?
I apologize. There's been like 3 to 4 Amber Alerts these past couple days down here in Texas. I feel like everybody's getting kidnapped. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
That's absolutely fine because we're gonna actually touch base on that type of stuff as well. But anyway, I wanted to give you guys a chance to offer up some male perspectives into the dating world, and I know you guys took notes ever so nicely of what we discussed last week. But I really, really want to know, like, honestly, do you guys go through what we go through with, like, the catcalling and feeling uncomfortable in situations where, like, women are really just, like, coming at you and not listening to you saying no? Like, does it happen? Whoever wants to go first can, because I really want to know.
I mean, usually women are better at when you tell them no, they stop. You know, they don't really. I'll say usually, because I've had some persistent ones before, and it's just a matter of, and that's the thing about dating, I guess, now would be like, it used to be all about the chase. So that was like one of the points that I was going to bring up, is that it's gone from, being, you know, aggressive was the thing that it was seen as a good thing. Now it's not. And so now it's kind of like it's different than it was like when even we started dating like as teenagers or whatever, because it was all about the chase. It was all about, you tell him no but you don't mean no, you mean no but still pursue me type of shit. And now stuff, sorry, my bad. And now that's not the case. Now if you pursue too much, oh, now you thirsty, now you just trying to get X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? I mean, do you agree with what I'm saying, Jay?
Honestly, I 1000% agree with you on that one. Um, yeah, it's kind of funny seeing. I came across a meme the other day, which I thought was hilarious. It says something along the lines of like, uh, I don't feel like I could chase women anymore because it's starting to feel like sexual harassment. And I was like, you know what? I kind of feel that because I feel like the chase nowadays is it's like you just saying is way too aggressive, and it's like pretty much what you tapped in. Back then, it was more like, oh, okay, yeah, he's chasing me. That means he really wants me. Okay, that's cool. Whereas now, it's like, oh, he's chasing me. Oh, he's a thirst guy. Okay. Oh, he's creepy. Oh, if he's doing X, Y, and Z, can you imagine how else he's like, and et cetera, et cetera. See, it kind of becomes a domino effect in that kind of aspect where some guys just become way too aggressive. So definitely agree with you on that, 1000%. But I feel like it goes both ways. Uh, Women can be very, very aggressive as well too. And just to tap back into the question, me personally, I have experienced it. I am a DJ, so I see things in a different light. And I've always said, females approach me not that because they want me, it's because they like the thought of me. Like, oh, he's a DJ at such and such club, so that means he gets this, he gets that, he gets this. In my head, and I've always stuck to a rule. Like, I would never want to meet a lady out because I'm like, I don't know where her intentions are. With that being said, you see that limelight, like, oh, he's a DJ. Oh, I'm gonna pursue him. Oh, I'm gonna get him. Oh, and it was just the other night that my boy caught some girl like rubbing the crap out of my back, and I'm like, I didn't realize it because I'm in my zone, which is I know it's kind of weird that you don't feel like someone touching your back, but I'm sweaty. I don't feel it. But he was like, oh, he was like rubbing your back. I'm like, oh wow, okay. I guess that's kind of sexual harassment, but
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely
it's
is.
yeah.
I'm wondering.
But it's different. I guess it's different in the men's perspective and in the women's perspective. Like where I can say it's like sexual harassment, but I don't bat an eye. But I'm assuming if it was the other way around,
It definitely
huge
would.
issue.
So you feel like it's
Exactly.
kind of taboo for you to say that as a woman is being really aggressive and sexual harassing against a man because society makes it taboo for you guys to feel that way.
Hmm. But at the same time, I get it because as a guy, you just don't really expect us to really say things like that, like oh, that's sexual harassment. She's touching me inappropriately.
Oh, I definitely expect you guys to think that.
Usually, as a dude, you're just supposed to be like, "Man, back up off me, leave me alone." You just go on
That's
about your day. You don't really. That's not what you don't. Oh, I'm being sexually harassed. That's not even the first thing that enters our mind. Usually, the
actually
first thing is back off, leave me alone, get your hands off.
1000%, and that's what I was like. I didn't even realize he was doing it until my boy told me. I was like, oh wait, what really? Oh okay. I mean, damn, I didn't ask for that, but okay.
That is crazy.
But it's like you said, Donnie. It's taboo. It's like it's it's kind of a weird situation where things that us men go through compared to what ladies go through.
So what if she was to
I
like
wouldn't
go?
necessarily say it's taboo, though. I would just say it's just not. It's not that it's even been frowned upon. It's just the way men normally react to the situation. It's not it's out of the norm for us to acknowledge that as sexual harassment. We'd either ignore it because that's what we do, don't pay attention to it, and hope it'll go away. Or B, if we do acknowledge it, it's in a usually in an aggressive enough fashion that the person gets the signal, leave me alone, don't touch me, get out of my space.
Hmm. Then you got some of those ladies that's very persistent because you could be like, nah, shorty, I'm good. Get out my space. She'd be like, oh, no, you don't mean that. I'm like, and then they continue because honestly, I see some guys that they'll just eventually cave in. It's like, okay, that means she really wants me. Oh, all right, I see where this is going. They want to take advantage of it. But then, once again, it becomes a slippery slope.
For sure.
That makes me sick to my stomach. So what if she was to take it a step further, instead of your back, that she just grabbed your ass or your balls? Like, then what? You're gonna be like, nah, just get off me, girl? Like,
No, that's actually a funny question because I always ask myself, like, what would I do if I was put in a situation like that? And thank God I haven't been put in a situation like that because I honestly don't know how I would react. I would hope, being the man that I am, I would be like, please back up off me, blah blah blah. I mean, you truly don't know until you get into that situation.
she grabs your body parts and you still say, please, you're such a gentleman.
I mean, what's the alternative? I mean,
Right.
I feel like if I get aggressive, then this is gonna turn back on me.
Right.
Right.
It's a whole,
And
it's
you're a black man living in America, so
Mm-hmm.
that's a
Mhm.
whole
So-
nother aspect to this dating situation.
Exactly. I gotta be careful, like how I react to certain situations. Exactly. So, especially the way the world is right now. So, I have to be mindful. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't want anybody to disrespect me any type of way. But at the same time, I'm such a big picture type of guy. I always like to think before I do.
And I guess you're also
You
working.
always have to.
You're working, so you don't want any incident to happen while you're working either.
Exactly. So, like like I was saying the other night, me being a DJ. I mean, I definitely could have reacted negatively, like be like back up off me. But then it looks bad on me, and it's just be like, oh, he's a DJ. He should be interacting with the crowds. Blase, blase. 2 + 2 = 4. It just becomes a whirlwind of nonsense that they just probably gonna throw in there. So me, I'm just like, kind of just try to shut my mind off to it and continue doing what I do. But once again, I've always wondered if I ever be in a situation like that. I've always wondered how I would react. Like if old girl just grabbed a handful of the chocolate goodies.
I feel like if that happened and he caused a scene and went to his boss and was like, "Yo, she grabbed my stuff," and that's why they'd be like, "And your problem is what?" Like what?
That's most.
That's what I feel like. As a guy, that's
yeah.
what would happen. If we said that, they'd be like to a guy, they'd be like, "Oh, that's ridiculous. You need to do something. You need to file a report. You need to do this." But as a guy, I feel like you'd be like, "Okay, what's your problem? She grabbed your stuff. Cool."
And as
I'm not saying it's right. I just feel like that's what his boys or whoever would say.
his mommy number 2, I'm ready to go down there and start fighting these girls, throwing elbows, cause oh no, that makes me upset. Cause y'all know how I feel when it's like a guy being really aggressive to a woman and touching her inappropriately when she says no. No is no. I don't care what you have in between your legs. No is no. And I don't feel that anybody should be made to feel uncomfortable or made to feel like they have to react to a situation a certain way to avoid a further problem. Like, it pisses me off.
It's a sticky situation. That's definitely for sure. It's a sticky situation. But at the same time, I mean, I will say it's a rarity. I mean, I'm not saying that happens every night. It happens once in a blue moon, I would say.
Good.
I mean, for me, at least.
Good, because you would have to quit your job and move back home.
Not going back to Boston. It's too cold.
Just saying. I mean, what other alternatives do we have here? Just saying. Quit your job and go home.
You'll have to move to Texas and just watch them in Texas.
It's like, nah, it's not okay. So I guess women can be very overly aggressive as well.
It's very true.
And cross
Depends on how you choose
boundaries.
to react to it, though.
Yeah, but that's not okay though. I mean, like I said, female or male, whoever's being the aggressor, I just don't feel like either a woman or a man have to be careful of how they react to avoid a situation or further retaliation from either party.
I want to say this. I've had more men be aggressive towards me, or gay men, and like there was like a transsexual dude at one point in time, were more aggressive towards me than most women have ever been towards me. The dude just straight up came up and looked at me. He's like, I like chocolate. I'm like, oh, okay.
I say follow around the corner. You know? I mean, so clearly everyone can be aggressive. Um, if you see what you want, you're going for it, I guess. But I feel like people really need to respect boundaries when it comes to a dating scene and not making someone feel uncomfortable. And what really do you think you're gonna get out of that? Like being so overly aggressive. Like, yeah, okay, there's another way to show what you want. There's another way to like express how you like someone and how you talk to someone and be respectful. Like for me, I feel like you would get further that way. Like if you had somebody coming up to you like, oh, you know, I think you're really cute, like I just want to get to know you,
Like,
versus, oh, let's go to the back. Yeah. Like,
I 1000% agree with you on that one, and it's funny you mentioned that because when I was listening to you guys' last episode, and Steph brought up like the clips of different text messages that you guys receive from men, and I'm looking, I was like, oh my god, this is what these dudes be saying? Wow, they are wild. Especially that last one, I'm like, wow, that's out of pocket.
Yeah.
You know, and in my head, I'm like, who raised you?
right.
Like, who raised you? Because I come from a household where mannerism is everything. Excuse me. I treat everybody with respect, but it's more in the case like I want to treat everybody the same way I want to be treated. So if I give respect, I'm expected to get it, in a sense. So that being said, if I'm gonna reach out and I find a lady very attractive, I'm gonna approach her in a respectful way. I'm gonna do what I can to like make her as comfortable as possible. Because I was saying, in this day and age,
Right.
especially guys nowadays, we could be very, very aggressive, and it's not like we have an ID card. Like, oh, hey, he's the nice one. No. Like honestly, and rightfully so, ladies gonna see all majority of men as the same because unfortunately, that's the stigma. Once again, but it is what it is. But at the same time, I feel like me being respectful when I do that initial approach kind of separates me from the rest, just right off the bat.
Right.
So, and guys, that's
But see,
just
here's
my
the point I wanted to touch on about like about the text messages and stuff you saw last time. My point is this: men are creatures of habit. So, out of let's say 10 women, if that worked at least 4 to 5 times, he's gonna keep using that same method over and over again.
Oh man.
That's accurate. That is very accurate.
So y'all just copy
Out
and
of
paste
10,
what y'all telling me.
exactly.
Yes, like, clearly.
If it worked the first 4 times, and even if it failed 6, that's still a 40% turnaround. That's a 40% chance of it working. So why would I switch?
Yeah, he does make a very good point
So
there.
that's why Mr. Sunglasses just said, I love your sunglasses. They look great, but she ain't wearing no sunglasses at all because I work for the other 4 broads.
They probably didn't have sunglasses on either, but they were like, "Oh, that's cute."
Oh my god.
Yeah, but Mr. Sunglass is just a Nimrod. He should have proofread it. It's like, oh, yo, he should have done his research. Like, oh,
Change the word. Just said something.
exactly. I mean, I found it because I was guilty of the copy and paste life, but I don't know. I can't remember if it was Riz or Steph that said it. When you ladies said, if you're doing the copy and paste life, you got to separate yourself from the dating apps for a while. When I found myself doing it, I was like, you know what? I gotta get off. I need a mental break because if I'm sending the same message to each and every female that I match with, I'm not doing myself any favors. I'm just coming off as every other typical basic guy, and which is what I don't want to be.
You think? So you do dating apps. Do you prefer dating apps versus meeting somebody outside?
I'm gonna be real. I kind of do, and I feel like it's because where I'm at in life. Now, yeah, beauty is cool. It's what initially grabs my attention, but now I'm more into conversation, personality, vibes, connection, and I feel like I can't really get that just meeting someone right off the bat at a bar, especially in the nightlife where I'm at right now, where I'm DJing. And so I feel like with dating apps, if I can spark, like have a conversation, just be besides the look. Just actually have a conversation, and it can be about anything. I don't care what it is. Just the simple fact that we can have a conversation and vibe, that just at least tells me, oh, this is someone I can see myself, being at the bar, a low key bar, and just having a casual conversation about literally anything, as opposed to, being in the nightlife. You're in the bar. You're like, oh, what brings you here? Oh, cool. All right. Next. It's the same runaround.
From here before?
Yeah, those corny, those dumb conversations that people have at the bar. I don't honestly envy anybody that can do it nowadays because I just don't see myself in. But I'm just a used people watcher, so what I see from behind the booth is just makes me laugh.
But back in the day, you did that.
Yeah, because back in the day we didn't really have social media just glamorizing how negative it is to be a thirst bucket nowadays. I would say because I feel like back then, yeah, it's what Mr. Bush was saying. That it was all about the chase. Like, oh, I like that girl at the bar. She looks good. Okay, let me approach her. And I'm pretty sure back then it was more respectful as opposed to now, which is like, yo, what that mouth do? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like these kids nowadays are straightforward. They don't care.
They don't
I've
care. Yeah.
asked that question a few times, actually.
You don't even get a
Not that
whole
straightforward. They just disrespectful.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You
it's
don't
very
get a whole
disrespectful.
how you doing? It's like, what's this? And you want to go in the back or send in dick pics right away. It's like, what are you doing?
Exactly. And it's like I was saying, who
Once
raised
again,
you?
here's my point. If it worked at least 3 to 4 times before,
Yeah, right.
No.
it's going to be repeated. That's just the way it is. As long as there is some margin of a success rate, it's gonna be repeated.
So girls fall for some of this stuff.
They do. They really do. I had someone slide into my Instagram DM the other day and was like, "Hey, do you want to watch?" And I was like, "Watch what?" And then I was like, "Oh my god,
And then she said, "Yes, I do."
no, I don't."
Yeah, there's you be out minding your business, good grocery stores, and you get a DM from somebody like, oh, okay, all right, he's
Right.
showing me his meat. I'm over here about to pay
You
for
heard
these
what happened to
groceries.
me at the post office, so I mean, clearly I can't even drop off mail for Christmas. I mean, I'm not even at the box. Like, what the hell?
I've been working from home for like the past almost 2 years, so I don't like going outside anymore anyways.
You still got your exes hitting you up.
Wish I had no comment on that one.
No, I don't. Like I blocked it. I thought a soft delete would have gave the what's the word I'm looking for? The message to leave me alone. Let me have my peace. Let me over here by my...
He was in Gemini, sir. Wasn't happening. Hold on. Being attacked.
Yeah, but there's bad apples in both. Just
Yeah,
you're gonna have those females that just they take it like, oh, he's so straightforward, okay, and then you're just gonna have those guys that just because of those females, are just gonna keep doing it. Like DC was saying, we're creatures of habit. If it works, we're gonna run that bad boy until the wheels fall off.
Y'all better come at me with some new because I'm telling you right now, all that ain't working.
That's what I'm saying. It takes ladies like y'all to instill that knowledge into these young girls because they think it's all right, and they perfectly think it's fine. The amount of times I see these young females out there, I'm like, you deserve so much better. What are you selling for?
Right.
Hey, who am I? I'm just an old fart. I don't know nothing.
But not old.
Oh no, down here that thing got mad old. Apparently 32 is super old.
I mean, I speak Texas.
Right. 32 is old in Texas.
So
I thought,
maybe
you know,
in
everything
July,
legal is better. The bigger the age ain't better either.
but
Hey,
I just be telling him, man, listen, man, I ain't old. I'm just
you're in your prime.
You're
I got
seasoned.
I'm seasoned. Age wine.
These are like some jerk chicken.
Right.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Well, if
I'm
you're old, how are you gonna find a girl down there, did you?
It's actually funny you mentioned that because I was having this conversation with my mom and I was like, you know what? I can literally see myself being single for the rest of my life, and that probably does sound depressing. However, hear me out, hear me out, hear me out. I feel like the generation of the whole, you know, college, get married, have kids, etc., that's kind of going out the door a little bit, out the way a little
Yep.
bit. It's not, you got this new generation where it's more like, be independent if you want to, or be happy with yourself before, trying to make someone else happy. Because at the end of the day, you're truly not going to make someone else happy unless you're happy with yourself. That's
Facts.
just the rule of thumb. And that's something I learned the hard way. But I feel
This
like
I
that's
know.
something. I'm sorry.
This I know.
Mm. Oh yes, yeah. No, you've been there with me.
Yes,
And then I feel like that's where this new generation is more coming into. Like independency is a big thing. Like we don't.
I feel like being single now is normal. That's like our age group is kind of like it is what it is. I can take care of myself, go out here and there, you know, do things on my own. I kind of feel like that's where it has shifted. It's not like all right, by 35 you have to have a kid and be married and do this and all this. It's not a thing anymore.
it's like our parents' generation for sure. But
Right.
I still, with me being a Cancer, I'm a lover, and I feel like everybody deserves love and cuddles. Like we all need some cuddles. And like for Juju, like I absolutely adore him and love him. And he's this all funny, crazy guy that everyone thinks he is, but he's a softie. He don't want me telling the world that right now, but he is.
I
And he
don't know
has a
what you're
lot of
talking
love to give.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm gonna tell
You get that one. Get the one with the biggie up.
He's the class clown, but no, he got a lot of love to give. And I was really disappointed with Homegirl. I I was gonna come for her, but Juju talked me out of it. So I said that.
As always, I appreciate it. But I mean, how I see it's all a lesson. And like I was saying, it taught me to really appreciate, the love that I have for myself and knowing what I truly deserve. And actually, that was probably the best decision I ever made in my life. I'm not gonna lie to you. Because now I feel like I'm in a way better off place. I'm in a better place mentally, physically, spiritually. And it's, yeah, I mean, maybe I find love down the road. Who knows? But one thing my brother, he told me something along the lines like, if you find yourself chasing love, you're not truly gonna find it. If you find yourself chasing your purpose, love is gonna come for you right out of nowhere. I was like, you know what? I feel that. I resonate with that because I feel like back then I was kind of chasing the idea of love because it's like I was saying, I was stuck in the idea of, oh, I gotta get married, oh, I gotta have kids now, oh, I gotta buy a house, etc., etc., etc. I'm over here trying to compete with everybody that I see, what I see everybody else is doing. And once I realized like this life, not a competition. I mean, you just gotta run through at your own pace.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just at a much better place.
You've definitely come back into yourself. Like I tell everybody, if you cannot be yourself in a relationship or you find yourself bending and the other person is not, it's not the right place for you to be in at all.
Hmm
So
But
you
with that
definitely
being,
want to be yourself.
hmm but with that being said, again, just makes this dating, especially dating now, suck so much more because now I feel like everybody's in the F boy this, the F girl that generation where nobody really appreciate relationships and connections anymore. It's about like who has the higher body count or does this, who does that. Yeah, I know that's nasty, right? Who's competing for body counts? Gross. But hey, but I
That's
mean,
horrible. I mean, I definitely have a new appreciation I was out of the dating scene for quite some time, and then I took over Marissa's dating profiles, and I don't want that life. I don't I don't want it. I repeat, it's too much. It's annoying. It's aggravating.
Steph, you remember how excited she was when I told her she could do this
I
project?
was so excited. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have so much fun. And no, I'm like, do not come for my friend like that. Don't do it. And I found myself ready to cuss people out, and I'm like, yo, just don't even respond. It's not worth the energy. But the petty Nelly wants to really respond and set these people in place. But it's not. I can't raise a man. Let's keep it real. I could not raise a man, so I'm not even gonna try. He can go on. He can try back down the road. Maybe she'll fall for it. No. Good luck to him. I don't know.
No. And that, it was like what y'all was saying in the last episode. Like, men can men can't take rejection really well. And I thought it was funny. Like, yeah, you really do got to sugarcoat rejection nowadays to some of these guys, because you reject the wrong guy, and you don't know what he's truly capable of. You never know what how that story's gonna end, which is kind of horrible to say in this dating world, because you don't really. It's not what you're expecting when it comes to dating. You're thinking, oh, okay, I'm over here trying to look for a nice, simple guy that I can actually mesh with, and long and behold, you're over here talking to an undercover serial killer. You don't know.
Yeah.
And it happens a lot.
Which is why I thought it was funny when Donnie said, "I will CSI your life."
I surely do. I surely do. I did it to DC. Fun fact, back in the day, we actually met online and dated when we were in our early 20s. That's how I know him. So yeah, I CSI'd his whole life.
What was that first interaction? That's funny. I can only imagine, like, oh, okay. Yeah, I know this and this and this and that about you. I was like, how the hell you know that? Huh? Okay.
I think I might have creeped him out a little bit. I don't remember. I think he was okay with it. Right, PC? You're lagging.
It's lagging.
You're lagging.
I could. But yeah, I mean, I honestly get it. You got to do that nowadays, because you never know with people. You have to. I mean, I'm guilty of it. I mean, well, I guess I just did admit it. But I was going to say, well, not admit it, but I did. Yeah, I'm guilty of it. Listen, if I'm going to go out on a date with a girl, I'm going to find out everything about her. I ain't trying to get played. All right, girl, what you got? All right, let's check your Instagram. Okay. All right. Let's see. What's that?
That's why he got that notebook, though, for real.
All the girls' names in there.
Yeah. All the pros and cons.
Right. Turn the pages over, Juju. Let us see. Let us see.
I got known associates. I'll be doing my background checks. I want to know. I much prefer chatting with females that I at least know them through somebody, because that way I can at least ask someone else, like a reference. Yeah, I treat dating like a job interview. I need references.
Yeah, references are good.
Yep.
I understand that, but at the same time, it's like, ew, that could be a little sticky, because she might have smashed the homies or something.
Well, that's also true.
It's tough dating, though. It's tough now. All those things come into play.
Exactly. There's a lot of variables. I mean, it's gonna be one or the other, no matter what. Like, yeah, you're gonna find some guys attractive, but he's gonna have a messy past, or
Yep.
it's always gonna be something. So no matter what, or whoever you date, you gotta take the good with the bad. It just depends on how much you like them.
And you got to figure out what bad you're willing to like deal with in your life, and what And if that's not the bad is not going to work, then don't even try it.
Exactly. Like, don't even bother. Like, don't even waste the time. Just, hey, truly. I'm such a stickler for karma. I truly believe we will all get what we truly deserve if, patience is a virtue, just continue doing our thing, and then eventually it'll fall in our laps.
I agree with that. And also, going back to your point, you can't really look at other people's situations and compare and be like, oh, everyone in my age bracket is married and they have kids and look at how happy they are. Social media is a lie.
You probably avoided your first divorce.
Yeah, that's true.
That's very
Again,
good.
a lot of stuff on social media, like she said, to show something, but what's going on behind the scenes. You know, they put all these cute pictures and all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. What is really happening?
Mhm.
Mhm.
1000%. And I was, that's, yeah, you guys, you ladies pretty much said the whole thing. That's when, as soon as I realized that, I'm like, you know what, I'm not really just gonna peep what I see what other people doing. Like, eventually I'll get that house. I'm not gonna get it just to say, like, oh, boys got it. No, I feel like I gotta get one. Like, nah.
And they
Eventually
go
that will all come.
you
I'm
know,
just gonna,
and then get his laptop messed up, by the way. So,
does that sound back on?
yeah, probably he messaged me. But yeah, no, I feel like I guess guys deal with a lot of things that women.
We do, but just probably not to the magnitude that y'all ladies do. Because I feel like y'all ladies really deal with a lot more of it aggressively than we do. Yeah, we do to a certain like. It's like yours is like y'all is like up here and we're like right here maybe.
So
Sometimes
you
like I was
guys
saying,
just you react and internalize it different.
I was gonna say, and there's it's different problems. You know, we have a little different problems in the dating world than the guys do, and they have different problems than we do.
exactly. I will say like a majority of the problems like guys we have to fix ourselves for the most part. Like we have to redefine the mentality of guys nowadays. I would say. I mean, it's really the root of it all. Like if it wasn't for ain't crap men, there would be no such thing as ain't crap women, in my opinion. And I feel like if men was just up and up from the get go, then it'd be. I had this circle, this diagram that I made that says, um, ain't crap men meets nice girl. Nice girl gets hurt by ain't crap guy, which turns her to an ain't crap girl. Ain't crap girl meets nice guy, which turns him into an ain't crap guy, and it's just a revolving circle that
Cycle.
doesn't stop. And we need to break the wheel somehow, some way.
Yep.
I think that turns into being single and healing yourself before you get into another relationship. Knowing what has damaged you before, knowing that you can't bring those issues into the next person, and being honest with that person as well, because they're going to have to move a certain way and help you through some of the things as well.
Thanks. There's also that sense that some people just need to yearn for somebody, and I get it, but it's hard to talk to them to be like heal with yourself. Like no, they'll just say okay, I'll heal, and then 3 months later they're over here dating somebody else. I'm like 3 months, you gotta give yourself time, baby. Give yourself time.
Yeah, I definitely feel like I'm still one of those people.
Yeah.
I feel like we all have. I was guilty of it as well too. Like with my last one, I went to another one, and then that's when I truly realized I was like, I am not ready to be in a relationship right now because I wasn't truly healed with myself. And I feel like for me personally, for me to truly heal was for me to leave my environment and go to somewhere different, which is one of the reasons why I came out of Texas. New chapter, new life in a sense. Brand new start. No, I'm just like I'm better off.
I tried that for you. I hope it works out for you.
I feel like your circumstance was different than mine, though.
So I'm just saying, that's new start, fresh start. That's what I was going for. But I totally get it because that's how I felt too. I'm like, I need to get away. I need to get away from all the old drama, all the issues. But I mean, look at my case. They can follow you if you let them.
Yeah, if you let them, yeah.
You gotta really know what your drama is, what your problems are, and deal with them. Don't
right.
Because they will follow you and they will mess up your new paradise.
Mm-hmm. Right off the bat. No sense of carrying that baggage if you're just gonna, carrying that baggage in your new chapter if you're just gonna, keep opening it. It's not gonna do you any favors. It's not gonna do your future partners any favors either.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. And I feel like you can't even take that baggage and just throw it in the closet. You really gotta unpack it, clear out the luggage, and then put that bitch in the closet.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Clear it out, and that's a lot of work. That's not about dating.
Exactly. I was gonna say. Pretty sure you ladies can have a whole other episode about unpacking baggage. Cause
Seriously.
Yeah, we probably will.
Add that to the list.
Clearly, I felt like women had like the people who were being most aggressive, but that's not the case. Mr. Bush is back. Wait for you to come on. What did you do with the wine? Okay,
No, I like it.
I'm ready.
Refill.
I know I might have to. I'm ready to spill all the tea. Secret to success of men. Let me tell y'all. No, I'm kidding.
Right? One more glass. We'll know it all.
About the handbook. Like, all right, let's go. All right.
Get the handbook out. We want to know the secrets.
I don't have a notebook. I just have a pen.
Let's start giving a disclaimer. Yeah, I'm sorry, male species, but we've been messing up for way too long. So,
Wait too long.
Thank you.
give
You
these
heard
ladies
it here
cheat codes.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, you heard it here first. Welcome back, sir.
Can we hear you?
Okay, then.
Are you back, Mike? Check 1, 2.
Mic test 1, 2. Oh no.
Let me see while we have an interlude.
The Jeopardy waiting music. If there's a dancehall version of it. Sunny be ting them.
Over there vibing.
Sorry, it's the music in me. I can't help it.
You sit silent too long, you can't deal, right?
Exactly. Why go on YouTube when I could just make it myself?
Mm-hmm.
That's why you're my favorite DJ.
Oh shucks, stop it.
You are facts. Mr. Bush.
Oh my dog.
Uh-oh, he's having a real problem.
You have a real problem.
Can I ask y'all ladies a question though about us men?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Ooh.
We ready. Hold up.
I would like to hear an answer from each one of y'all because I'm just
Hold on,
curious to see it. What is it about us men that irritates y'all the most?
Don't open.
Can I go first?
You should go last. You have a book.
For real, the thing that irritates me the most is inconsistency and dishonesty.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of men are not completely honest because they are afraid of how something is going to go. For example, I was told before that, well, I lied to you and didn't tell you because I was afraid of losing you. So what did you think was going to happen when I eventually found out? Like, let's be real. And then just inconsistency. Like, you guys come in for the chase, you get the kill, and then you fall off. Like, it's not, once you get me, you got to keep working to keep me. You got to keep me happy. You got to keep doing the things that I love, the cuddles, the affection. Like, I'm not talking about taking me out all the time or this extravagant stuff. I don't like that. I prefer, like, throw a blanket on the living room floor with some candles and let's just sit and chill. Like, we don't even have to do anything. You don't have to spend money. But, like, just constantly showing me that I am appreciated and I am wanted. I don't like inconsistency at all. No, it's not your turn. This is for the ladies. What?
Like his mic is cutting in and out.
So
You're cutting in and out, Mr. Bush. You can't respond if you're cutting in and out. Otherwise, you're null and void.
Wow.
He knows I love him. That's my best friend. My best friend. He's put up with me for way too long.
Mm-hmm.
He's strong.
You want to go next?
While he's working on that one, Steph, what's your what irritates you mostly about us men?
I mean, I've been out of the dating game for a very long time. For me, mostly it would just be like for saying, like, once I say no, like, just back off. Like, that's it. Like, I don't have much interaction with men as far as as far as dating and stuff goes, so I don't really have anything specifically. Just from people approaching.
We can't be hard.
You're not people person. You don't like people coming up to you in your space, and when you tell them no, you expect for them to get away. So it's personal space and boundaries is what bothers you about men. I just totally psychology
Thanks,
you right there.
Samus.
You did great. You did great now.
Really good.
And how about you, Riz? What irritates you mostly about us men?
Inconsistencies is one, like Donnell said, but my other one is not is not listening. For me, in the dating world, I try to make it very clear. I don't have a lot of time, so when I try to get to know somebody, it's like, all right, I'm taking time that I could be doing something else to really try to get to know you. So I kind of lay it out there, like I'm looking to get to know somebody and see where it goes. I'm very clear. I'm not looking for a random hookup. I'm not doing this at this point in my life. I'm just kind of looking to get to know someone, see where it goes. Well, that happens for like a couple of days. You're talking to someone, and then immediately they're like, all right, like you said, what that mouth do? Or when am I coming over? Or when are you doing this? And I'm like, I told you I'm not really looking for that right now. I want to get to know someone first and see where it goes. So I don't know why guys can't why you just don't listen, especially if you put it out there. If I don't say it, then do your thing. Approach how you want to approach, and I'll tell you no or I'll tell you yes. But if I'm kind of making it clear that's not really what I'm looking for, why even continue to bother?
Yeah, Juju, why? Why they bother?
To put it frankly, we're hard-headed.
Yeah.
We are hard-headed. Nah, I mean, I get it. I mean, personally, I know no means no, so I'm never gonna pursue. If anybody tells me to back off, I'm like, all right, chief, you got that. I'm gonna go screw myself over there. Because I hate that feeling of being a creeper, and plus I don't like invading people's spaces. Because vice versa, I don't want nobody invading my space. So I get it. I feel on Steph on 100%. Like that's me personally. I don't understand a guy that would want to do that, but then again, I don't understand most guys nowadays. So I don't know.
Me either.
The inconsistency.
Once again, I will say it comes
there we go.
back to the. It's gonna come back to the chase, because then it feels it's like a game. It's like you said no, but do you mean no, or is it just
Is it a maybe now?
and get what I wanted?
He's right. There are some men that has that mentality, like, I don't know if she really means no. Let me stick a little bit further.
She's just saying that so she doesn't seem like a slut, and then let me just shoot my shot once I get in and see what happens. Okay. I mean, I would say majority of females nowadays are like that. So
Well, I don't even know, because I feel like we're in a time in our lives where people just are pretty straightforward. I mean, I don't know if that's just me, but I feel like people just put everything on the table. Be like, all right, if she really truly wanted that, she would say that.
I know.
Nowadays, there's no shame in much of anything anymore.
So
Like what you like. If you got a foot fetish, go ahead, boy, go suck them toes.
You like
I've been telling you, get your own.
I knew you was gonna say something, Donnie. I knew you was gonna say something. I knew you was gonna say something. I don't have a foot fetish, by the way. I actually hate feet. But Donnie and Tasha.
So bad. Yo, so Tasha. Y'all know Tasha's crazy, right? So obviously me, Juju, and Tasha worked together, and there was one day we were on lunch, and he was taking forever to like get in the car, and me and Tasha were like, yo, we gotta go. So Tasha reached up with her foot, she was in the back seat, to honk his horn barefoot, and he was getting in the car as she did it, and it was just feet in his face, and he freaked out, jumped out of the car, and refused to get back in.
That's gross.
Don't put your feet.
Even mad
I
at
was trying to help her get the foot up further so she could actually beep the horn, which she did. I'm pretty sure he wiped it down after.
I would have.
Look at his face.
Star wipes on deck.
I used to just to be an ass, like at lunch, I would put my leg up on him and be like, hey, Juju. And he'd just be like, Donnie.
Don't like feet. I don't care if you got cute feet. I don't want it on me.
Calm down. It's really not that bad. The both of you.
Typical brat behavior from.
Yeah.
Donnie feels attacked.
Right. Just because you like,
I love feet.
you know.
I love my feet touched. I'll put my toes all up on you. Wiggle, wiggle. I'm wiggling them right now to show you guys what I would do under the desk.
I'm so glad I'm in Texas. Oh, God bless.
I'm just saying. There's nothing wrong with feet. But this is not a fetish talk. This is about dating.
Yeah,
I mean,
y'all can cover it on another episode, fetishes. But, but yeah, like I was saying, like I feel like we're in a day and age, like if you're into something, you have no problem saying that you're into it. So I'm pretty sure
Right.
if a lady was like, "Hey, I think you're attractive. Let's do X, Y, and Z." All right, what is the guy gonna say? I don't know. He's gonna say, "Yeah, it's a guy."
right. So what DC's saying, it goes back to just being a creature of habit then. And that's what we have to keep in mind. Like you guys are literally just going through the motion.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're hard headed. I mean, the simple
right.
fact that it works for some guys, gonna keep doing it. And it's just gonna keep doing it.
Mm-mm.
It's
So
gonna take that one
why
boss
post
lady.
office is really like that works on girls. Like he saying he want to look at my thigh tattoo from in between my thighs. Like that works on a girl.
Well, he said it had to have worked on at least 4 or 5 people. If he
Oh,
still
It worked on someone.
I mean, said that in public too, so I know he's
This had
confident.
These Floridians is different. No offense to Florida folk, but ooh, honey, these men are different. They are different from the men I am used to up north, the Midwest. They're different. You guys have a little bit more respect and values. Not all Boston men. Let me be honest about it, but it's definitely the approach is a lot different. Down here, it's just like,
Yeah,
whoa.
super straightforward.
I don't think it's just down there though. Like you said, that's the approach kind of now. You probably get
like,
the same thing up here.
I feel like Florida always been that way. It's just super straightforward, no matter what. I mean, I kind of blame Trick Daddy, Uncle Luke. Come on.
You,
Uncle Luke. As soon as Doodoo Brown came out by Uncle Luke, it just changed the game for Florida. Doodoo Brown.
oh no. Oh.
I mean,
then Trick Daddy out here saying he got his boo cheeks ate.
There ain't nothing wrong with that.
Oh, here we go.
I mean, there ain't nothing wrong with it.
Whole other
I
topic.
mean, he's being honest, right? That's gonna go on to the fetish discussion. Sorry, guys.
can't wait to listen to that episode because I'm actually curious to see what people think.
We might have
You
that.
know what Nelly thinks.
But yeah, we know where her takes on it. It's all about eating the groceries.
Oh, Juju, you just gonna have to tune in. My poor sister, she's not gonna be like, I can't do this episode. 'Cause
Cheeks.
I can't. She's gonna really cover her face. It's just gonna happen. But that's fine. All right, so I think we've clarified that men and women deal with things pretty much the same stuff, maybe not on the same scale, but the way that men interpret things and handle situations are different from women. But I also feel like the issue with that is women are dying because of rejecting men and turning them down. And I don't think you hear as many stories of men going missing for turning down a woman. So I think that's why the approach is probably a little bit different. And you guys don't take it as serious or as threatening as a woman would, maybe.
True, because the punishment that y'all deal with is a lot. It's like you said, it's a lot greater than what we deal with, and I think that's why it's so such a main focus now of what ladies nowadays are dealing with when it comes to those aggressive men. And kind of one of my other talking points is this. I kind of like underlined this like 3 times. Like, stop telling women what to do. I think it was Nelly that said that, and I was like, I 1000% agree. Like, I don't understand why us as men feel like it's in our position to tell you what is it to do. I never understood that. I never came from that. I'll be damned if someone if someone was to tell my mother what to do.
And you
So
were raised by a really strong, amazing woman. Like your mother's amazing. So I'm not surprised that you have that stance on it. And I feel like it really depends on how a lot of these men were raised, and the values that were instilled in them. But I really do stand by the point of it's not about teaching women don't dress like that, don't talk like that. You know, be respectful, turn them down nicely. Well, maybe if you weren't wearing that, or maybe if you weren't doing this and whatnot, then they wouldn't get that impression and they wouldn't come for you. Instead of teaching men that we're not objects and to take rejection. Just take it.
100%. And then that's why I
I
like this
agree with
whole.
that. You have to get society on the same page, and that argument is constantly in the being thrown away. You know, because what was that boy a few years ago who raped behind a dumpster and only got a slap on the wrist because it would hurt his future?
Yeah.
Like,
But he was white.
Yep.
are you sending out your daughter, your granddaughter, your mom? You know,
Right. But that's a whole other topic too, DC, because if that was a black man, he wouldn't have gotten a slap on the wrist. He would have been locked up for life.
but
So,
like, he's been locked up for life for less.
yeah, it's true. It's absolutely true. And then that whole
I-
notion,
I-
boys will be boys, only applies to white boys.
Yeah.
It's that whole boys will be
Telling
boys.
women, you know,
Black
Mine's cutting in and out again.
that's because my mom would slap me white if I did otherwise.
I felt that statement.
Yep. That came through loud and clear. Your mic was cutting out on some other stuff, but that one, your mama was there with you in spirit at that moment. She said, "He about to tell the world I slapped the white word." For real.
DC is right. I mean, I feel like a lot of these men that's like, feels entitled to tell what women to do, just have not had their ass beat when they were kids by their mom.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Like, I always remember days, like any days I decided to come out the lit to my mother, my female cousins, or anybody. If I was disrespectful with anybody, actually it wasn't even only my mother, it was my mom, my aunt, my grandmother. I would don't talk to them like that. Damn, yes ma'am, you got it. Being in middle school, I accidentally call a girl the B word. Right in front of my teacher. All right, I'm never gonna say that again. See, that's why I'm a stickler. I don't like using the B word to refer to women because that's just not my thing. Unless, don't get me wrong, there's some ladies that act like them, but they do. But I try my best not to say it because I'd rather not call a lady outside her name. It's a respect thing for me. However,
You're gonna find your wife after this episode, Juju.
That's true.
Call me.
Or put your number on the
Call me. My IG is. I'm kidding.
No, but it's true. It's true.
It's just, and I'm a stickler. Like, ladies, I'll tell you this: if you truly want to find a great man, pay attention to his relationship with his mother. Let me give you that tidbit. Relationship with his mother will tell you a lot about that guy. Little fun fact. If you come across a mama's boy, well, maybe not a mama's boy, but like a because I know there's some mama's boy that depends on their mama for everything. If you come across what I like to call myself an independent mama's boy, you should know that you can always expect that guy to have the utmost respect for females because of the way he respects the crap out of his mom.
Yeah. I think it boils down to people jump into relationships way too quick, and we need to really take a step back and see these people in their natural environment, around their friends, around their family, around complete strangers, in situations that they normally might not be in, and see how they react to it. Because you never know. Everyone could put on the front and play the game, but then as soon as you're behind closed doors, they could be a whole different person. Undercover serial killer, like Juju said.
I mean, and it's so nowadays it's so easy to fake a persona. I think Nelly, you were saying in the last episode, it's so easy to fake a persona. You could come off as anybody because of social media, no
I'm
matter
Marissa.
what. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're Marissa right now on the dating apps. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. It's like you said, you really got to catch somebody in the natural environment. You got to see how they are with their friends, with their family, whoever, with their coworkers, whatever, etc., etc. Because that's how you
That's
truly.
why I don't like dating apps. I really like. I'm just an old soul. I like to have that. I have to feel the vibe, and maybe it is okay. You got to weed them out before you can get to that point, especially now with safety reasons. But I feel like even that isn't enough because you meet people that maybe you talk to for months, and then they're still crazy.
Yeah.
That's true.
So,
You never really know. You can spend a lot of time with someone and still not really know.
oh, I know.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Usually like 6 months is usually when somebody's represented
6 months.
away. You out of the cup. You out of the I like you. You're gonna see the best part of me. You out of the interview phase of 6 months in.
Yeah.
That honeymoon
Because
phase.
that's essentially what the beginning of dating is. Is your honeymoon, your interview phase. I'm gonna come in with my nice tie, my suit coat. I'm gonna speak all proper, and then around 4 or 5 months, you get to see just a little bit, kind of peek out a little bit. You'll see.
Yeah, I feel like we I don't want to say ignore all of the flags, but maybe we make excuses for some of those flags. We're like, oh, we've been with this person for 6 months. It was so great and all the good times, and you want to remember all of that. I know I stayed in relationships far too long because of that, and
Yeah.
it don't play out.
It does. It's because of that lust. That lust is strong. Like
I love hard. I love with everything.
that lust.
I'm
That lust.
all in.
That's
Damn.
what makes you a great soul. But at the same time, it comes with vulnerabilities.
Makes me a broken soul.
Oh, great soul. You just gotta be protective of such great soul, Donnie.
I know. We've had that conversation, Juju, okay? You know,
I know.
all of them. Yeah, thanks. Glad you joined us today. But yeah, so I mean, obviously, it doesn't matter where you're dating. It doesn't matter if you're dating apps, dating online, meeting in person. You basically run into all the same situations, so it really comes down to what you're comfortable with, what fits your schedule, and what makes you comfortable. Do you prefer meeting people online versus in person? And how it goes. I mean, I want everyone to find love, but I think self-love is probably the best thing for most everybody right now. So yeah.
1,000%.
Was there any other topics that you guys wanted to touch on or something you heard last week that just pissed you off about what us women were saying? I know I came for a couple of necks, so
Not something that.
So,
of course these
or
are fun for me.
go ahead. No, I'm not. I want to go. Thing, and this is gonna come off bad, but I'm gonna say allowed to be a consequence, because if we are fully honest, we are not allowed in that space to be fully honest. We're honest to a point.
I'm not sure if you were saying something else after that honest to a point part because you might broke up again, but yeah, no.
Wrong with that. I feel like
Yeah.
you're trying to say, like, although a lot of ladies want us to be honest, some of us can't take 100% true honesty from us.
Mhm.
And I'll ask for it, and when we do it, hate us for it. It's like, well, okay, we're giving you what you asked
He's
for,
giving a
and
thumbs
yet
up.
we're still reaping the consequences from getting our behinds chewed out for doing
Right.
exactly what you asked. I 1000% agree with him on that one because that is very, very, very agitating.
I can say female species that I agree with you, and I've done it. I think it's this is what I want, but then I get uncomfortable because then I feel attacked, depending on the approach of how the honesty comes out. So depending on the female, it really depends on the approach of how you guys take it. And a lot of people are just 100% brutal honest. I say what I say, and zero fucks given. And feelings get hurt. And I know I'm an emotional, sensitive person, so my feelings get hurt a lot. You have to be very careful with how you say things to me. And DC knows that because he's known me for a very long time. The approach that he takes with me as his best friend is completely different with how he would take it with anybody else, because you got to be careful with how you say things, because I take it very personal.
I hear you. I mean, I try to be mindful, and I don't want to come off as a jerk or a dick.
You want to be honest. That's what they're
Okay,
asking you to do. And then when you are, yeah.
I'm gonna try to be honest with blah blah blah, but X, Y, and Z. Yet I still get reamed and chewed out. I'm like, I can't win here. I can't. And then I feel like that's why a lot of men just, what was the point of being honest? I'm just gonna lie. So
You do the
I,
BS. You do what you want to hear type thing.
exactly.
A lot of times you are damned if you do or you're damned if you don't type of situation. But I think the best
Yeah.
approach is to say it early, because your later lies later come back really bad. But I
That's
get
true.
why some men don't want to do it right then, because it's like, I don't want to deal with the argument, the fight, or the problems now. Just deal with them later. If it
Exactly.
ever comes out. And if it doesn't, then cool. No one ever knows. I don't have to get yelled at or whatever.
Precisely. It's like those situations where, yeah, if it doesn't work out, then it is what it is. But if it actually does working out, and then you're caught in that line that you said in the first 3 to 6 months of dating, it's like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah.
So
How am
what
I
I
going to
really
get
meant
at
was
this? Exactly.
exactly. But yeah,
You have
I mean,
to create that safe space to be honest, and for a lot of men, that's just it's not there. There's no safe space because either you or you there's just no I feel like there's no safe space for it. It's just as a man you're not allowed to be that honest. And so you put yourself
I definitely agree with what you say, and I think you're hitting the point of even more of a society issue when it comes to men and being vulnerable and honest and open with your feelings, because women want that from you guys, right? Like when I'm dating someone, I want you guys to be vulnerable. I want you to be emotional. I want you, if there's something that's bothering you and upset, cry in front of me. We'll cry together. And women say they want that, but then there are those women who turn around and they're like, "Oh, you're being a little bit. Oh, you're being weak. Oh, man up. Don't cry." And that's the wrong message. And unfortunately, that's how a lot of these young boys are being raised as well. And it's not okay. I don't like that. I always tell all of my friends, and I mean, you guys can attest to that. Like, crying or being emotional and showing that sensitive side does not make you any less of a person. For me, it makes you a king. That levels you up. I don't care what anybody says, because if you're able to be in that space, I see you, I hear you, and I value you even more than before.
yeah, I feel you on that one.
me if I'm not allowed
Y'all
that
could tell
honesty.
me to cry.
I
I don't know what you were saying. Your mic cut out
Yeah.
again. Need you to get your mic fixed.
Get that mic fix, yeah.
Like, I'm gonna need you to work this out, because you got things to say. You need you to work it
okay.
out.
So other thing, Here's my other hot take. Let me go ahead and throw another one out here. With the friend zone. Because they're who will use men dates just so they can and pass that burger and fries.
See where you're going?
And that's another thing that I think is bad in the dating world, is being used for a ride or being
Free meal. Mm-hmm.
used. He's just my friend. Come on now.
Yep. You just wheels are spinning.
The thing so hard now, you got a different between somebody who has legit interest versus
Someone
because she wants some.
free burger and fries. Mm-hmm.
I'm torn on that one because as much as I mean not as much as I would like to, I can't solely put that on the female, on the lady, because I feel like that's more on the guy that's being taken advantage of. 'Cause in my head, I'm like, yo, homie, if you see yourself, I mean, and you know that she sees you in that light as a friend, and you keep on doing friend things for her, you're giving her the green light to let her take advantage of you. So that's not her fault. It's more you. I mean, in my opinion. Because I see, actually, one of my DJ friends down here, great dude, great humble soul, cool dude, and he has a crush on this girl, and he pretty much spilled out his love for her, and yet she keeps him in the friend zone. And I keep telling him, like, why do you continue to do things for her even though you don't see it going anywhere past that? He never really gave me a solid answer for that. And in my head, I'm like, so you're letting that happen. It's not, and she's just, obviously she's gonna, gaslight it because you're letting it happen. What's there to stop her from not doing it? I mean, it could be a morality type of thing, because I guess it's a moral code for me. I mean, I feel like like I said, I'm not gonna fault it. It's kind of like the same lines, like, with gold diggers nowadays. Like, that's not their fault. If they can get old sugar daddy to give them things for X, and they don't gotta do nothing, go ahead, boo boo, do your thing. Take advantage of old Kurt, 60-year-old man with X amount of dollars. Go ahead, do your thing. I'm not gonna fault you for that because you're hustling. But I kind of feel like that falls along with the friend zone. Like,
Yeah.
I can't fault a lady for taking advantage of a guy that's letting her take advantage of him. Unless he's just mindless and just does not completely know. And then in my head, I'm like, how are you that completely mindless? But
I think he's more talking about maybe like a first date type situation, where like these girls are just not really even interested, but they're like, oh yeah, free meal, why not? Let's go. And then being like, oh yeah, you're just a friend and whatever, and not even giving it like a real try type situation, which does happen a lot. I've known a few females that have done it.
Yeah, you gotta come across that in the dating world no matter what.
Yeah,
it is what it is. I mean, it is what it is. Exactly.
You ain't doing nothing.
Not every person that you go on a date with is gonna be attracted to you. That's just the name of the game. Some say you're just gonna have to, you're gonna have to take them L's. That's what it is. It's when there's wins and there's losses.
Go home and do it again. Find the next one.
Exactly. Exactly. Just go home and do it again.
Hate for rejection. Go
I mean,
home.
you're gonna get rejected. You're not gonna be compatible with everybody. Whether it's not just about looks too. I mean, you might go to dinner and have a nice, like he was saying in the beginning, you might think he's attractive, and then sit there and it'd be a dull conversation. You're like, well, this ain't gonna work out.
Yeah.
And you go home and like you said, you find the next person. The next person you might not be that attracted to, but the conversation might go good, and you might be like, okay, well, this is worth giving it a try. Let's see what happens. You never know.
It's true. It's very true.
Also, kind of comes into
If you don't see it going anywhere, keep it a buck and say that it's not.
I
You know what I'm
agree.
saying? Like,
Agree.
don't
I
sit
agree.
there, push the issue. If you don't
Yeah.
see it going in,
I agree.
but
Yeah. Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. And that just boils down to honesty, which apparently a lot of people in society are lacking.
Yes,
I
both
guess
sexes.
what this podcast has concluded is dating sucks.
Yeah.
It's for the birds.
Date yourself for a while. That's what I say. Date yourself for a while.
Who said it? Steph is a cat mom without all the cats. That's about to be me. That's about to be me right there. I'm about to be a
He's
cat
gonna be
dad
at
with no
home
cats.
with his wine,
With
pizza,
no cats.
These 6-year-olds, wine night by myself. Season 25 of whatever show I'm watching.
Yo, that is me right now with BET Tyler Perry Sisters.
Good show.
It is good.
It has a lot of key dating situations in it as well. So you guys should definitely watch that. There's like 3 seasons of it. It's real. It runs down. I think I've seen every single dating situation that you can imagine thus far in the show.
It is good. It is really. It's addicting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, catch that tonight. We'll see.
Yes.
We'll
Wow.
need a report next time.
Definitely.
Nelly said, dating sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It definitely sucks. It's like,
Yeah.
it's a lot of trial and error. You have
It
some
is.
wins and losses. I will say, you come across that right one. I will say the award is definitely worth it, because especially if you're, I mean, I do feel like I have a lot of love to give, and Nelly can contest to that, what she was saying earlier. But if you're in that place where you are looking to, be in love and find love, I mean, once you get it, I mean, I find love being a beautiful thing. It's gonna definitely work out. But the beginning stages of it, though, oh my god, I'm pretty sure we all can agree we much rather skip that part.
Let's
Yeah.
just go like 8, 9.
Exactly, being the happily ever after, where we all just skip the first 5 years of BS and just be coasting.
If it's not the right one, it doesn't always get better.
That's true.
Okay.
That's also true, yeah.
So see it, know when to cut it, save yourself the headache and the aggravation. And if you feel comfortable in an uncomfortable and unhappy situation, that's a red flag.
Get out.
Speaking to myself.
And I think self-love is important. Love yourself and don't be afraid to date yourself and go out with yourself for a while. You don't need to always do it with somebody.
I mean, but listen, solo movie dates are a thing.
That's what I'm saying. Go to dinner by yourself. Go to the movies by yourself. Do your thing.
I can't do that. I don't know how you guys do that. I just feel uncomfortable. You guys know, like, I love to
You
have.
do it all the time now. It's like he said before at the beginning. It's a new thing now. It's changing. It's not you have to go out on a date with somebody. You just go to a restaurant by yourself and order some new food.
I don't go on a date. Like, I would rather like a friend there, like you, like Tasha, like my sister. Like, it just, hey, come with me. Like, I don't want to go alone. And then I literally like, I want to go on a solo trip. I just want to be by myself, not have to deal with nothing. And then I'm like, oh, but it'll be so much funner with so and so there. Like, what's wrong with me?
That's all the time. You need your friends. You need your peoples in your corner. But it is sometimes nice to have your quiet time and do your own thing.
But that is my nice quiet time. I'm having my friends there and then
Yeah.
cuddling up on your legs.
I mean, once you start to realize how much fun you can have by yourself, the opportunities are endless. And then that's one thing. I mean, that's actually at the point I'm at right now. Like, I'm starting to realize how much fun I can have by myself, and it's pretty freaking amazing. So yeah, I mean, like the other day I went to go watch Spider-Man. I mean, guy at the counter judged me a little bit, but I was like, yo, mind your business.
You're like, give me the extra large popcorn with
Honestly,
the extra
That's exactly what I did. Extra large popcorn, extra large icy. Mind your business. By myself, reclining seats. I'm watching. But yeah, those solo trips, you really start to find a lot about yourself. Those, like Chris was saying, those solo dinners. It's those times away from other people. You start to really think about other things that you probably wouldn't think about when you're with friends. Because obviously, when you're with friends, you're gonna have those conversations, and they're kind of like back and forth. You're stuck on one topic. Whereas by yourself, you're zoned out. You're like, oh, okay, I'm thinking about this. Oh, okay. And it spins ball. Or
I
unless
think
you
I
like
avoid that.
drop it.
And there's no pressure. There's no anything. It's you.
Yeah, it's just you.
I think I avoid that. I like going on dates with my friends.
We're not saying
But
that
my
you.
friends are never gonna find men because I'm always out with them and they just think we're lesbians, and that's fine. People want to cuddle me, okay? So I'll cuddle you. It's fine.
Try it. Try it. That's your homework. Try it one day. You'll like it.
That's asking a lot.
Take yourself out on a
Yeah.
date.
Take yourself on a date, Nelly.
Right.
Wow, guys, that's a lot of pressure.
Do you think there's a lot more pressure than the first date with actually somebody?
Right. Exactly. Really?
Really?
Yo, what if I let myself down? What if the conversations in my head are
Have
what
a
if I
glass of
don't
wine.
like myself? I can't just walk away from myself. I still gotta pay the bill for this bitch. Yo,
Have
that's a lot of pressure.
You'll
What if-
forget everything.
What if I let myself down and I don't like myself? That was funny.
Only she would think that. Like, really? You can't just sit there by yourself for an hour and a half?
Yeah, don't look at the conversations I have with myself. This is uncomfortable date.
Yeah.
I don't want to be here.
Like,
You
wow,
pay the
you're really boring. Like the conversation that we're having internally is like it's oh my god. Like get away. I'm gonna need to have another drink. I'm gonna need to like look at my phone and ignore her because she's not gonna be a great date.
Oh my. Wow.
Uh,
Maybe you shouldn't try it. Never mind.
yeah,
Yeah,
thank
it's
You're not
really
ready.
hard right now.
You're not
thank
ready.
God for your baby girl. Yeah, you have her.
Right. Exactly.
I'll think about it. How about that? I can agree to think about it.
There you go.
I'll take that.
Okay, we'll take that. Sweet. Well, we have definitely gone over an hour here, and we could definitely talk for days with you gentlemen and your points of views on dating. And we'll probably have to have a little run back on how dating life goes and any other crazy things that may happen along our journeys, even if it's self-dating and self.
Should do like first date chronicles.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes, because Marissa, you need to. I found a guy that she needs to text, and she hasn't texted him yet. I know she hasn't.
I haven't.
So we need you to do that because we need some first date action happening here. We need to follow up. Like my job was to get somebody, get the number. I did my job. It's hella ghetto in these dating apps. There's not plenty of fish in the fish of plenty, so I'm gonna need I'm gonna need you to do some follow up because I can't keep it on. Maybe he's the one. Can you please save me?
I just can't believe Stephanie. She wanted me to open 15 accounts, and I agreed on 3, and now she's ready to get rid of all 3 of them.
So
I
happy
mean, it
that I am married.
It happened.
Participating in the dating world very shortly.
Yeah, you're gonna assist with participating, Stephanie, because you're gonna start taking over these dating apps.
She wants no parts of this.
No, thank you.
I have a
No.
split personality between the 3 of us all answering messages. She's gonna be like, "Who is this lady?"
Got multiple personalities over here.
I'm never gonna date
Yes, cussing somebody out.
She's crazy. Exactly.
I mean, listen, it happens. It
It
happens.
is what it is.
You guys know, depending on my mood, I may have a different personality every single day. It depends on what day you reach out to me and where the moon's at. So
Mhm.
it is what it is. But yeah, in regards to dating, I know we talked before we end this amazing podcast. We talked last week and touched on the point of, and even touched on it during this episode about it being really dangerous for women. And if you find yourself feeling uncomfortable in a situation, to make sure that you're reaching out to someone around you, walking up to strangers if you have to, letting your friends and family know where you are. Like I said, I follow my friends. They like to say I stalk them, but I follow them. Case in point, something that hit really close to home over the weekend. Sherelle Pringle went missing after a date with her on again, off again boyfriend over the weekend, and they've been searching for her and unfortunately found her body, and now the guy is on the run. So it just brings it back to the point of it's not safe, and he obviously couldn't deal with the rejection. For whatever came to it, and it's unfortunate, and she's a grown woman. She's older than me. She's 40, and now days before Christmas her family's dealing with the grief of her being taken away because this man could not take the rejection of whatever happened after they left the party, and unfortunately took her life. So I want to stress the point to everyone to be honest, be real, take rejection, walk away. I don't care what anybody does to you or says to you. If they want to leave you, let them leave you. It's not worth it, because now you're taking the life of someone and taking someone's family away from them, and also losing your own in a sense, because now look at you. I think that society needs to really change their views, and we really need to start looking out for each other, men and women in general. I think the society that we're in right now, we're so quick to just pull out our phones and laugh and post videos for clout instead of jumping in when you see a situation that could possibly avoid a tragedy. That is my 2 cents on the situation. Stephanie will post a beautiful photo of Sherelle.
All right, I popped it up, yep.
Yeah. So just be mindful, everyone. That obviously I'm not speaking directly to any said person on this podcast, because I know you all and love you all dearly, and I would beat your asses if you ever did anything wrong. So just in general, be mindful, keep your eyes open. You see something, say something, speak up, stand up. Don't be afraid to intervene and jump in, because you could possibly be making sure that somebody gets home to their family that night. And where you're out in the dating world, trying to find love, don't ignore the red flags like a girl, because I do. Sorry. I ignore a lot of red flags because I like to think I can fix people, and I can't. So have fun. Love yourself first. Go on a date with yourself. Used to do. But just be respectful and have fun. And don't jump into anything you don't want to jump into. And until next time, we'll talk to you guys later.
Awesome. Thank you, ladies, for having us. Oh, I want to do that too.
Hold on, let me join. Thank you guys for coming. I appreciate it. To hear you guys' perspective definitely opens my eyes to. You guys do deal with bullshit too, and I just don't. I don't give you guys enough credit for the bullshit you deal with. But Juju, like, the next time a woman put your hands on you, like, you need you to stop it, okay? Don't let her grab the jewels now. Don't let her be rubbing all up on the back, sir.
Yeah. If she was to grab my junk, it would have definitely been another. Actually, you know what? I wouldn't even went. Like I said, I wouldn't have known what to do if she would have grabbed it. I guess I'll cross that bridge when I ever get there. I hope I don't get there.
I hope you never get there, right?
Yes, I hope I don't ever get there.
You call me. It doesn't matter where I'm at. You just call me. Put me on video chat.
I was gonna say, I put you on FaceTime. Donnie, she just grabbed my stuff. Her.
Oh, she goes
nuts. A handful of my planners nuts. It's gonna be acting up.